NOLA Gent here at Uptown Coffee. Let's go check it out.
Welcome to NOLA Gent. Let the good times roll. In this episode of our New Orleans travel vlog, we are visiting the interesting New Orleans coffee shop, Uptown Coffee, which is connected to the St. Charles Avenue location of the New Orleans Hamburger and Seafood Company, which we reviewed in our last episode. Uptown Coffee is located in the Uptown area of New Orleans at 4141 St. Charles Avenue, which is about 13 minutes and 5 miles away from the New Orleans French Quarter. This is the same address as the New Orleans Hamburger and Seafood Company, so Uptown Coffee is actually located on Milan Street, directly behind the New Orleans Hamburger and Seafood Company, which is also where the parking lot is located for both of these businesses. This is a popular spot and the parking lot can fill up along with all of the free street parking in the area, so sometimes you've got to park a little further away to get in here during some of the more popular times. On average though, I find it pretty easy to get in here, but there are certain times where it is just really packed around here, as there's quite a few schools in this area, and when there's special events going on at the schools, you might have a little trouble getting into this place. They do have a little bit of an outdoor patio area, just 3 tables currently, and if you look at this table right here, you can see a ton of all sorts of powdered sugar, which that's the telltale sign of beignets have been eaten here. So we've got to climb some stairs to get up here. They also have a ramp though, so let's go ahead and head on inside here and check this place out. So this place is essentially one long rectangle and that very common New Orleans shotgun style of being long and narrow. So there's a nice little selection of some items to look at right here. So we have beignet bites, beignets, muffins, cinnamon rolls, butter croissants, sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit, applewood smoked bacon, Gouda egg on ciabatta, sausage, egg, and cheese bagel. Then we have 3 menu boards with a selection of espresso and hot drinks, some iced and frozen drinks, and then a selection of beignets. So they have quite a good assortment of different equipment here to make some fantastic coffee drinks. And the specialty that we typically get to eat with our beignets is cafe au lait, which is essentially coffee with milk. And then we have a listing of what it's called in other countries in Spain, Poland, Germany, the Netherlands, Portugal, Brazil, and Hungary. They also have some really nice and fancy looking water here with a lot of good fruit in it, so that gives it good flavor. So I put an order in for a cafe au lait and an order of beignets, and the total came out to $10.02 before tip. If you're bringing your kids here, do take caution, as unattended children will be given espresso and a free kitten. So they get their orders out really fast here, so the next challenge is to go find a good place to sit. Today, there's not a whole lot of people in here, so I've got my choice of pretty much any seat in the house. So you see they've got some nice little bar options right here where you can sit next to the mirror, and then plenty of open tables all about. So they've got a nice space over here in general, and it's a pretty comfortable place to enjoy your morning treats. So it's definitely quite a good place in all ways. I'm gonna go sit right here in the back, and they've got another nice mirror right here, of course, a little streetcar in the middle there. And then you've also got access to the restaurant for the New Orleans Hamburger and Seafood right past that door. And they've already brought my beignets out here. So we're also waiting for our coffee to arrive. And now the coffee's here, so it's time to start our feasting.
Coffee time.
And here are the beignets, and I asked for the sugar to be put on the side.
Beignets, I don't like the sugar. Sugar's on the side. Not for me. Look how nice and fluffy this thing is.
fluffy pillow of goodness.
Now, honestly, beignets are not my favorite thing in the world. Plenty of people love them. I mean, I grew up eating these things from the time of my earliest memories. And I've also always had a little cafe au lait or black coffee is what I always wanted, but they usually would still just give me a cafe au lait from my little tiniest, earliest itty bitty days. So the cafe au lait here is really good. Beignets have never, of course, been a primary flavor profile I've liked. I've never liked the super duper huge pile of powdered sugar they get buried in though. So one's enough for me so far, so just like I've totally destroyed one beignet, go ahead and destroy that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, comment below, let me know what you thought about this beignet. And now here I go, drinking the last sip of my cafe au lait, and now, just like I've totally destroyed this cafe au lait, go ahead and destroy that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, comment below, let me know what you thought about this cafe au lait, and while you're down there, make sure to check out the link to my Patreon account as I do it for tips, and I appreciate any help with that. So after coffee and a beignet, it's a perfect time to go back into the New Orleans Hamburger and Seafood restaurant, as there's another beverage that we need to go in here and sample, as there's some other stuff to enjoy in a New Orleans environment, as plenty of people drink other beverages in the morning, and there's always some additional things to be had in New Orleans besides just our coffee and beignet options for breakfast. So we've got a nice bar inside the New Orleans Hamburger and Seafood Company, and they've got a nice selection of draft beers right here. So it's time to get an Abita Amber. And in New Orleans, at least, we call this type of glass serving a schooner. So I know in Australia, a schooner is a small little glass, but this is a rather generous goblet. So the bill arrived, and the total for one schooner was $6.61 before tip. So this is a pretty nice cold schooner. Some are just served room temperature. I like them icy cold myself.
Roast.
Since my last visit, they've also added some really cool video games here with Pac-Man, Burger Time, and some pinball machines. So this schooner is nice and icy cold. Now I will say, Liuzas, regular Liuzas, not Liuzas by the track, used to have the coldest beer in town in their schooner. Last time I went under the new ownership, it wasn't that cold. I need to make a return visit to see if they've gotten it back to being that freezing cold like it used to be. So thanks so much to everybody at Uptown Coffee and New Orleans Hamburger and Seafood Company for some good coffee and some great beer. And thanks so much to all of you out there for tuning into the NOLA Gent Channel, especially to my Patreons. Now, if you would so kindly, go ahead and share this video with any of your friends or contacts that would enjoy it, as it really would help me with that YouTube algorithm. Then tune in next time for more good food, good times, and good people. NOLA Gent here, and thanks so much for watching. And just go ahead and destroy this video right here to keep up with the fun.